Morning, everyone. It's me, Daniel, with VintageMagic.com. And for those of you who do not know who I am a seller and collector and player of Magic the Gathering collectibles. Been doing this for collectibles for pretty much since I was a little kid. Since I was pretty much fifth grade, I started opening my first pack of baseball cards, and I started playing Magic and stuff when I was in high school in ninth grade. Remember that coming out, and Revised was the first set. And I say this to you guys because I'm going to start over in this channel in some way. I'm not going to say it's completely a remake, but I've decided that I want to talk more about things that really obviously have financial news and such, but I also will talk about in the more the light of the future of who I am, what I want to do in my life, and I also talked about how it relates to you guys, because that matters a lot too. So let's just kind of kick it off today on why I took a hiatus from Magic the Gathering, and why it was really healthy actually for me. And maybe you guys can relate. Comment below if you want to put a comment. Love to hear more from you. All right. So a hiatus to me pretty much is a break from all the work, the news. Some people it could be, well, you pretty much fallen off the cliff. You've had a midlife crisis, whatever, right? But for me in this case, I wanted to take a kind of a break and a vacation and just kind of mental processing of everything, because I had some family stuff that occurred, and also stuff happened to myself in a personal note that really affected mental health and my and also physical health. And that's a serious thing in this world. I want to just kind of address this. Like, mental health is a serious, I say, disease that really we all struggle with in our entire life. And it doesn't matter if you make a lot of money or you don't have a lot of money. It doesn't matter if you're going through happy times. Some people in their lives struggle with just anxiety, depression, lots of different type of mental health, where they essentially are constantly thinking thoughts of negativity or hormonal changes throughout their entire life. It doesn't matter if it's a good thing. It could be a wedding. You think everybody's happy, drinking, dancing, whatever, but they may feel dark and lonely and sad. And so there's been several moments in these last years that have been very challenging for me, and I've been kind of dealing with that. And it was kind of a reflective moment that I realized, when I was in Europe, actually, while I was just looking at the scenery and the cobblestones and the just different areas in Europe. This year we went to Germany, Austria, parts of Switzerland, Lake Constance, stuff like that. Eventually to Paris, Iceland also, and London. I really saw a different way of life there. No knock on the United States. I'm still an American. I love America very much. But the way of life there is very different. The way we live it in the United States just feels very grindy, if that makes any kind of sense. Do you feel that way? Do you feel grindy? You might be right now, well, you're probably at work, watching this video, or maybe watch it after work. Or maybe driving home from work. And maybe you're an entrepreneur, and you can make your own schedule. You're watching this while you're programming or doing some other stuff with your kids, whatever, right? We all live our lives in this fashion, and we have to work. We have to work. We have to grind. We have to, some people, we have to struggle. We have to fight. We have to build a career. If you have kids like I do, it's always a challenge, right? With kids. It's also a big blessing too. The kids are, I gotta say, I look back at it, kids are some of the most amazing gifts that we can have as humans. And the memories that you're making with your children are so much more important. So important. Being present with them, the time you spend with them, it really is a huge thing. And that also goes with your spouse or significant other if you have one. Having that perfect balance, it's challenging, especially if you're working every single day, building your career, everything, right, in life. It's all the things that we all deal with every single day. And you combine all that kind of stuff together, it's like your brain never shuts down and just takes a breath. Just close your eyes, take a breath. And a lot of people are probably going to be like, well, Dan's gone to the yoga mode here. Where's Don Ching? Where the hell? Don Ching hasn't left. He's still around. Got to do a video about him one day. I think what I've learned is that you go to different spots, or you might talk to certain people, you might eat certain foods or listen to certain music, and you start triggering moments in your life where you start wanting to have a change. And I think I've decided that with Magic, I've officially kind of changed my perspective even further. I've always done the videos and stuff as kind of like for memories. Obviously for business reasons, obviously if you want to shop on my eBay store, my website still, that's another thing. I haven't really focused on my website to get it redone. Probably will, but it's just something that's not a priority. I will be relatively more active here. I am going to MagicCon Las Vegas, October 24th to 28th. If you are there, you can hit me up. My phone number is below. You can text me, call me. We can schedule a time to meet up. I'm always buying and selling, stuff like that. Never has changed. But I think it's just, I need to have more of this perspective. More of just understanding that life isn't always about cards and deals, right? We all have done those. But what makes us all like very similar is our mortality. It's true. Our health, our beginning and the end. We always will have that. And it's how we somehow meet in the middle in that journey together is really what defines our life. What is it that you want to do in your life that you're not doing right now? What is it what you're doing right now in your life that you feel that I can change the world? I can change other people's lives. That's something that I've been thinking about. Like, I kind of feel like my focus here, my time here spent in this world, I'm 44 now, it's not going to be forever. So I've been starting to divest and wanting to make more money and more deals. Not saying I don't do deals and make money. I think I'm going to start doing things that will hopefully give you guys an opportunity to maybe, share your thoughts, your feelings, and your journey. And I would like to be possibly part of that. And that's kind of what I'm hoping we can do together. Haven't really thought about exactly how I'm going to do this. What I really like, when I first started this business, there were 3 things I really liked about it. One was the traveling. I love traveling, negotiating deals, business, and I love gaming, Magic, the art, right? Stuff like that. You probably add in a couple other things too. Be like, oh, traveling equals, better food and music and shows. Fine. It's all the same. It's all in that same area. Traveling, entertainment, whatever. As I've gotten older now and doing this for a long time, since I've done like the vintage Magic thing officially back in 2007, 2008, I don't remember the exact date. It's been 17 plus years, close to 20 years now of this part of the business officially. And I've done collectibles, baseball cards, sports cards, since I was like a little kid. So over 20 plus years. And I've also opened packs and stuff for 30 years, even. Collectibles. Remember being in my closet, putting those, those screw down cases, those the 4 screws and have them in a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card, or I don't know this guy. I don't know if you know this guy from the Charlotte Hornets, Larry Johnson. He used to be pretty good, not good anymore. I love Marvel Comics and Marvel Masterpieces, especially the 1992 Joe Jusko. And I've been blessed to be able now, today, be able to buy some of those rare collectibles, collect them, the artwork, all the stuff that I've always loved, like the 1996 Marvel Masterpiece set. That set was the most expensive set that came out ever by Julie Bell and Boris Vallejo. And I now own some of the best artworks and cards, and I've had a chance to just, it's crazy, right? It's kind of surreal. Like, where has the time gone? But now I look back at the whole journey, my journey. There's so much more I can do with the time that I have by maybe helping some of you guys. I don't know. Maybe comment below. Is there a way that I can share my time to maybe help with the Magic collectible, advice that you might need? Is there a way I can help consult or give you, confidence to make a change in your life? That's kind of how I would look at it. I don't know. I've done plenty of appraisals and consignments, stuff like that over the years. What is it that you guys would want? And obviously there's going to be a fee, some type of donation for time, right? Exchange of transaction. But I want to make sure that it's kind of accessible and affordable for everyone. So originally I had my Patreon page. I was thinking about this, like my Patreon page when I was working with Rudy and all those guys, to be more of like having the packs be cheap and collectibles, and I would run it every week or whatever, the specials. And it just became a massive chore and a job. Like a job I really didn't like, to be honest. I didn't like, and no offense to Rudy and, his operation. I'm sure he's doing really well. But it's not my passion. That's how I leave that. Passion to sell a bunch of packs and open packs that I really don't mean much to me. Or, I don't know, it just doesn't do anything. Like, doesn't have any value to me to do that. There's a space for that. But, and I always open packs or do other things. But I'm not in love with that whole process. The whole, having tons of things to ship out all the time. I just don't enjoy it. I don't have passion for it. And I think I'm lucky enough to not have to do it. But I want to try to maybe integrate, like a way to, maybe on Patreon, to kind of give you guys some opportunities to like give me a call at times. We can discuss your Magic deals or Magic advice. A lot of you guys actually have expressed I'm retiring. I have a lot of friends and colleagues who are retiring from Magic eventually, or retiring from their job, actually, specifically. And they're looking now about the future. And they're around my age. I'm 44, so the 40s, 50s, something like that. You're probably thinking, well, Dan, where does it all go? I've talked about this throughout my channel over the years. Where do all the collectibles go when you pass? What are some of the ways to help my family and maximize the value and get, how does that work, right? How does that process work? So that could be a conversation that we interact together if I do some kind of Patreon thing. I think the donation will probably be, very simple, actually. Simplified. Last time, it was very convoluted, and I've learned in life, that's one thing I learned in life, is that if it's too complex, people are not going to want to get involved, because it just becomes very just corporate. At Starbucks, you just have infinite amount of choices. When I was in Europe, there's just a few things: espresso, cappuccino, latte, water, some juice. Pretty simple, right? Why not do something simpler? So I think I'm gonna ramp up some changes there, but I want to hear what you guys would like. I don't know if this video is even gonna get a lot of views for interaction, because the YouTube algorithm probably hates me right now. But But I've never, look, I've never done this for views. Like, I've never done this to try to be someone that I'm not. I've done this because I enjoyed it. And when you start doing things that you don't enjoy, you got to take the hiatus. You got to take a break. Maybe on a tropical island. Maybe on a mountaintop. Go hiking. Maybe, I don't know, a desert oasis. I don't know. Whatever you choose, you should do it. Maybe plan that vacation with your family that you've always wanted to. Because, as I've said before, and you know this already, time is really short. And one day I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. Alive, that is. But I hope that you guys, reflect today about maybe, how can we one day meet? If you are a fan, or if you're a person that has followed me for years, or maybe someone I've never talked to. I think the human connection, the genuine human connection, is where I want to be for the rest of my career for this Magic business and the whole journey. I don't think anything else in this entire business matters for me than the human connection. And so I'm going to find ways to make it accessible to you guys more. I just find that to be the most important thing now in my life. All right, guys. Well, I'll be back. And hopefully I'll have a Finance Friday video this Friday. It's going to be a good one. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.